Every tower defense game is the same, and it's about time someone did something different. In this devlog, I'm taking a concept and turning it into a full level. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and let's get into it. Before we begin, artists Superjaywolf and Moonlit have joined this project, and they're doing an amazing job. You'll see some of their work later this devlog. Our previous artist, TheMHA on Twitter, is unfortunately having to step down due to other commitments, but not before creating a brand new map and tower sprites for the game. Here's a comparison of the before and after. A crucial part that my game still missed was a manager to control where and how monsters would spawn in. When designing this system, I had these goals in mind. Enemies needed to be able to spawn from all directions, along with, due to the sheer amount of levels in this game, I wanted to make it quick and easy to set up and modify each level, so the game actually comes out in a reasonable amount of time. The system I decided on was splitting the map into 10 different regions. Then each level I will input a script file saying each monster and which region they will spawn into. To add some variance, the monsters wouldn't spawn in the exact same point each time, but instead pick a random position in the region. With the spawn manager now set up, I turned my attention to another missing feature of this game. In my last devlog, I talked about wanting defending units to be able to be rearranged and moved around as the player chooses. So now when clicking on a tower, it will show you their attack radius, as well as you can now choose a new location that you want them to be able to move to. The UI for the game right now is not the most appealing to look at, so I decided to give it a makeover. Superjaywolf has helped out with some amazing new sprites, including a new sprite for the main gold currency, and a new currency ether, which you'll learn more about next devlog. We also added some new functions, including the ability to speed up the game, and a new counter saying how many monsters are still left till you reach the next wave. I also replaced some of the towers art with new temporary art while we wait for the official ones. Though since I couldn't make a fireball, Moonlit stepped in and made a better one. Maybe I should stick for programming. Speaking of, you might have noticed that there's two new towers here. The defender tower is quite simple. It has a large amount of health, and when it takes damage, it reflects some of that damage back onto its attackers. It is most useful at distracting enemies from more vulnerable units. Next up is the wizard tower that shoots out a beam that starts off doing a small amount of damage but slowly grows and grows until it does a huge amount of damage. While they are extremely effective at enemies with high amounts of health, they are pitiful against hordes. Along with new tower types, there's also several new monster types this devlog. Though keep in mind that just like the towers, the monsters are definitely placeholders. Along with the basic weak enemy, there's now a stronger version with more health, damage, but a slower speed. More interesting is the giant tank that will only target the central tower and soak up huge amounts of damage. Finally, the ranged enemies are devastating to any close ranged unit. Since we're running out of time this devlog, let's speed run through the rest of the changes. There's a new animation on each new wave, swordsman towers now do knockback, optimization improvements, and finally we have new artwork and animations made by Moonlit actively going in. Well, that makes it the end of this devlog. Make sure you're subscribed and join our Discord to never miss any updates about the game. Thanks again for the amazing artists who helped me with this game, and thanks for watching. See you next devlog.